Welcome back to Going Walkabout. Nice, France. It is the seaside city that has had it all, from beach babes to Beatles, backstreet bistros to boats. A city that never stops celebrating, and that's why I love Nice. We were in Nice last summer for the Rugby Cup final and vowed to come back in winter to see if it was as nice. In this video, we'll compare Nice summer to winter, what to see and where to go. You'll see firsthand how Nice is the gateway to the French Riviera. Stay till the end and we do a price comparison from winter to summer. Our trip to Nice began in Milan, Italy. There is an Italian train that goes from Milan to Ventimiglia, which is the border of Italy and France. You change trains there to travel the remainder of the way on the French trains to Nice. We left from Milan's Central Station. It was built in 1931 to replace an old station that had been built in 1864. If you love architecture, as I do, you'll love this train station. Apparently, when Frank Lloyd Wright came to Milan, he was really impressed by it and said it was the most beautiful station in the world, more beautiful than Grand Central Station in New York. They have retrofitted the old station with escalators, which are a godsend for oldies like us that have luggage you can easily get from the ground floor to the train platforms. You won't want to miss the details, the tile work on the floors, the artwork on the beautifully sculpted walls. The perfect fusion of old and new that only the Italians seem to pull off with such style. And before we knew it, we were off to Ventimiglia for our 4-hour train ride. While the countryside was a bit dreary, the train was superb, and without worry, we arrived at Nice Central Station ready for our stay. Our condo ended up being a short walk from the train station. We got a penthouse condo with a wraparound terrace. It had a lovely sitting room with views of the city, a full kitchen, which was really nice, and the best thing, a true queen-size bed. It was located in the northern part of the central city. Out of the gate, I noticed very little difference from summer to winter. The Old Town area, near the Opera House, was a bit less hectic. The main drag in the Old Town area had fewer people, however, the cafes were still full. The Promenade des Anglais was just as packed with strollers and runners. And while the beach is a little less crowded, there are still people enjoying the sun and the sea. Old Town is still vibrant, and the market is open daily with the same beautiful produce and flowers available. So, what is there to see? Well, there are 15 museums in Nice. We'll quickly look at the top 4. The Marc Chagall Museum is in the northern part of the city. Chagall lived in Nice and made it his home from 1948 until his death in 1985. The museum was purpose-built for his art. It is a rare thing that he is one of the few people that was alive in 1973 to be at the opening of his own museum. You may need a taxi to get to the Musée Matisse, just north of the Chagall Museum. From 1921 through 1938, Matisse lived in Nice for 6 months every year. Many refer to the popular nudes and colorful fabric designs as his Nice period. To this day, the Blue Woman is one of my personal favorites. You can spend hours in this next museum, the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, adjacent to the Plaza Garibaldi. The displays are added to and changed often, so you can visit each time you visit the city and always find something new to see. Again, north of the city, we have the Museum of Archaeology. As with many Mediterranean communities, the Greeks and Romans left their imprint through the ages here. Located on a Roman archaeology site, the museum offers statues, coins, and other ancient artifacts. Museums are usually open every day except Tuesdays. As tradition would dictate, they are closed from 1 to 2 daily so the employees can take their lunch break. So, plan accordingly. The next thing to see in the city are the churches. There are over 16. You will stumble on many of them as you're out for a walk. Like Notre Dame, built in 1879. After Nice became part of France in 1864, they believed the cathedral would make the city more French and more modern. And now, on to what to do while in Nice. We were attracted to Nice due to the French train system, which has multiple areas you can get to from Nice. You can easily hop on the train in Nice and in less than an hour be in Grasse, a beautiful hillside community. Grasse is known for its lavender and beautiful gardens. Or do you fancy a more beach vibe? You can get the train to Cannes. Stick your toes in the sand and watch the turquoise blue waters lap at your feet. Maybe you'd like to explore an ancient walled city. Go to Aix-en-Provence. Most people agree it is a city without parallel in beauty. Lastly, you can take a ferry from the port in Nice to Corsica or Sardinia. As we have recently been to Sardinia, we are huge advocates for the beauty of the place, not to mention the kindest Italian people we had met in Italy. Nice is lovely, truly the gateway to the French Riviera. I'm sure you're all wondering, what does it cost to stay in this jewel-like city? Well, in winter, our condo was 113 euros a night. For 14 nights, that's 1,582 euros, which is over a 1,960 euro savings from renting it in the summertime. Plus, there's no standing in lines at museums, fewer crowds in cafes, easier to book train seats, and just as much sun. I hope this video will help you have a better trip to this wonderful part of the world. If you're enjoying the videos, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, or better yet, subscribe. Next stop, Cannes.